Hello again, this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This is video 115H. I know I did some few other different videos of the big old notation, and I think one of them I did I think 2 videos ago when I had like the stack, the what was it? The tree, the queue, no, not, yeah, even the queue, and I forgot the other ones. So what happened was in this one, I went add a little bit more of the queue. Okay, so the queue is first in, first out. Let me see. I created the file. No, that's not the one. I was playing around with this. What's a different one? This ain't it. This is something's wrong here. Let's see if we can find that particular. Oh, here it goes. That was from the last video. So I created this video, right? Let's save this. Let's see, we're running over here. Okay, right here. All right. And it was the, oh, okay, here it goes. The stack, the linked list, the tree, the queue, and of course the array stuff. And you know, I've been hitting array for a long time. I even had a whole set of nothing but arrays, like way back. Look at those. You'll learn a lot more there too about the arrays. But I wanted to talk about the queue, which would be, let's see, echo, I'm going to say queue. Oh man, this thing is sticky over here. This would be the FIFO, which is first in and first out. How about we do this? How about we put this in parentheses, which is first in, first out. How about we put some extra line breaks? Yeah, I like those line breaks. I don't want everything to be all stuck together. Alright, very good. Now, so a queue is a linear data structure that that follows the first in first out principle, right? When you add something to, it's basically arrays, right? But when you add something into it and you want to get something out, it's always going to be that first, the one that you put in. And then so think of it like like people, right, waiting in line. So the first person to get in line is the first person to be served, right? They don't go like a line and it's the first, second, third person, and then when the guy comes in to serve the people, he's not going to say, oh, let me get the third guy. No, it's going to take the guy that's first, that was there first. So like the key operations, the Enqueue, it's called like the Enqueue. Maybe I should write this down. Okay, let me just say, all right, let's see this. Key operation. Do I really need to put all this stuff down? Maybe I'm typing away. And I would like to say key operations. We're almost there with this big old notation because I want to move on. And how about we just add echo, because I like to jump, All right, and we have like the Enqueue and we have the Dequeue. Like the Enqueue, it's called the Enqueue. We're going to be using a class. So the Enqueue would be. Why I keep the? How about we just do this? We'll do. How about we do this? That way we don't have to have it all, So the Enqueue would be like adds an element, right? You know, all this stuff is going to be in the text file, which I'm going to add into the description so you can have it, right? What the hell? Why am I... Don't tell me I got to get a new keyboard. Oh my god. And it goes like to the rear, right? Back, I should say, like this, of the queue. And then you have your Dequeue. Now one removes and returns. Give me a second. I would like to take a sip of my punch. It's a coffee punch, which I add protein to it. See? Trying to get myself in shape. I used to be a power lifter. 400-pound squats, those kind of things. 350 bench. Squat. Deadlift, 450. I was really... Then I got sick, and of course, I got weak. Anyway. Now this returns like the element, right? From the front of the queue. And then we could say, let me see, front would be returns the element at the front without, which I remember, removing it. Remember how we had the peak on the other one? For the tree, okay, let me see, what I wanted to say, oh, removing. And of course you got, I think that would be good enough. Should I add more? Because the standard, the PHP standard, you know, this whole thing that we talked about, all this LinkedIn stack and all this applies to all different languages, except that, you know, the syntax might be a little different, of course, right? But we're doing, since we're doing PHP, this is what we're, you know, dealing with. But the standard implementation, like we're going to be remember I told you I was going to mention the class. So the standard one is the class. We're going to be using that. Let's write this down. I don't want this video to get so big, long. Then you're going to be like, oh, this guy's video is too long. Yeah, that's the building is moving. Using the, what was it called? SplQueue. What is it? The class, yes. There you go. And then the SPL, should I write this down? I know. So the, let me see, which one number? The SLQ like this, right? We'll write it like this for a second, okay? Enqueue, you know, it just has sardines. Delicious, right? This function is an it's a inbuilt, right? I don't know how you spell that. Okay. Let's say PHP, how about that? And which is which is used to add elements to the queue. That's what we use in that class for the better way to do it. Which is let me see. Let's jump to the use. That's spell it right. Yeah. To add and then you have your, so the most efficient, see the most efficient and standard way to like when you're using the modern PHP stuff that we're using now, you can use this for the version 8, and you can use it for version 7 too, but it's used to use the dedicated, like the SplQueue class. Remember, class print, what is that, blueprint, and then you create an object from it. That's what we're going to show you in a second. Which is optimized for queue operation. This is why we use that. Best way to do it, to tell you the truth. I'm not gonna write. Let me see. Hold on, man. All right, so let's just begin. So we don't have to wait for too long. Let's move this up. Let's make it look decent. How about it? We go like we're gonna create an object, right? We're gonna call it queue. How can we? Wait. Let's call it queue like that. Remember how we use view? And this will be queue. Like that. Oops. Wait a minute. Why am I typing all these crazy stuff? Okay. And then, how about we just say to enqueue add elements to the rear. Oops, daisy. Which back? We'll do it like that. And then we're gonna use. Create an object, right? It's just instantiate the object, which means that you're going to start it using the word new. This is the class. It's built in. PHP has it. Has a whole bunch of stuff. Remember I showed you before for the others data structures. And in this one, since you created we're going to use the methods, and how you do that, you use the arrow. So you go like this, queue, like that, right? And then you're gonna say enqueue. This is probably the simplest way of doing things. We're gonna say job a lame, but okay. How about we do this like that? Can't believe it. Christmas has come and left. It's crazy, man. Then we're gonna, job will be, let's say job A is at the front, and of course job C is at the top. So let me just write this down. Job C is at the rear. And then what we're going to do is we're going to echo, right? Let's do a little echo. We're going to echo some echo. Let me see. Q after enqueue. Let's add some line breaks. And then we're gonna say we're gonna print them, right? Because what happens is when we're gonna use the print R. Remember the print R? Let's go like this, print R, and we're gonna see $Q like that. But it's gonna line up ugly, so we're gonna add the pre. Remember how we used the pre, so it can line up nicely. Vertical instead of horizontal, so we're gonna say pre, and then we're gonna, of course, you're gonna open up a thing, and you want it in between. You gotta close it up, right? So you go like this, and then slash pre-format is what that is. And then, well, let's see what it gives us. I hope I did this right. Let me see. If I create it, which is spelled right, I know for a fact because it says PL. Then you use the Enqueue, sure, man. And then you should see what it looks like. Okay. Wow, that was slow. There he goes. See, job A, job B. It always puts this stuff. This particular function always puts like what the flags are. It's private. It's for. And then you have an array because that's basically what it is, right? Why it does that? Why? Adding that first one, which you don't see, that what makes it into a 4. I don't know. That means right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like you need to put that. Such a strange way of doing things. And of course, it often stores like elements in reverse for internal efficiency, but it operates under FIFO, you know. So if you want to, the front views the elements without removing it. So if we did, there is a, let's say, I'm going to call it front element like that. And then we're going to say, what is it with you, Andres? Wake up. Uh-oh. Oh man, PHP. This is old man PHP. Okay, let's see. That will be one, right? So how about if we do, without removing it, remember that you're using this without removing it. And if you use uses the SPI, let me see, let me do this. I'm going to go like this. The SPI, let's see, SPL, I should say, I. Kills, right? Like uses top, that function for real and bottom. And then, why are we getting this weird? Oh, there you go. That's a strange thing. Thank you guys for telling me. You probably were screaming at the video. Let's close this up. Is it doing anything? Basically, it'll probably keep you. Why it's not working? Maybe I'm spelling this wrong. B Baba Zoom Zaba Zaba. Oh, you dumb. I gotta echo it, man. Yeah, you gotta say front. I'm gonna say front element. Oh my god. Front element, which I'm gonna say bottom, right? And now I'm going to put a little space there, then we'd add this, and then we're going to say dollar front element, because that's, where is it? Let's cut and paste, because I know I end up messing that up. Right, then we're going to say dot, and we're just going to make sure we got those 2 lines, which I like to always include. What is it? Beady ball, the baba D. Okay. Let's see. There you go. See, gives you away. Gives you away. It's funny. Yes, I know. It looks at it like, even though it's like this. Where is it? Like this. It always looks at it that the bottom would be A because it's the first in first file. It's just the most kind of weird way of doing things, but that's what they do. So I could kind of say like the SplQueue, which is something else that we're going to be doing. Let's do this. We're going to do the Dequeue. That means like the reversal, right? That's the function. Let me just put it in here. You already know that it's a built-in function, right? And PHP has a lot of them. And this, what it does is dequeues the nodes from the queue. That's all. That's what it does. So if I went like this, $dequeue, dequeued underscore element, then we could say $q, right? Because that's an object that we created, and we're going to use a method called dequeue. I think by now you already know how this, objects and stuff is called. Remember, methods, they are functions. It's just that when you're calling it inside a class, it's called a method. Yeah, it's dumb. I understand. Now it's going to remove this. Should remove Java. Wait a minute. How are we supposed to see for sure? I'll tell you what. We'll do it. I'll put it right in here. What the heck? Well, I'm just going to put it between the. We'll do like this. We'll do the spot. We'll go like this. We're going to say $D. I'm going to do it like this because I always misspell. Then we're going to give it some little space here. This. Oh my God, dudes. Dudes and dudettes. Boom. There you go. They added it here and they took it out here. So I would like to see. Oh, how about we do this and put it over here? Well, I should have added this. What was the name of it again? This. Probably will not. Singing the song. Singing the song. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. That's it. There you go. I don't know why it took so long. You saw me hit it twice. Oh my God, this network. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. That's it. Created one. That was it. I wonder if I can look at this now while we're at it. Let me see. See what I mean? Look, check it out. You added this stuff, and then you added, this stuff. I'm gonna make sure this gets into the whole thing. Yeah, there you go. That's the way that works. You could create a new enqueue, right? Like the parameters, the function that accepts single parameters, like $var, like value, you know, which specifies the value for the add enqueue element, right? You can return the value like this function, right? This function that we created, this one, the SP, it does not return any value because programs, you know, illustrates that the function. Oh man, what the heck? I will give you another example. How about if we did this? We'll do this. Ooh, come on. Let's speed this down. We'll do this. What would be a good example? Maybe we should just we'll use a different name. How about that? We'll say dollar, I don't know, dollar, how about we say Q to second? No, you know something? We could just say that. It's not a big deal. Just like we did over here. Where is it? Right here. You know something? We can kind of take this whole thing here, but let me see. We're going to say new, we're going to say SPL, we're going to say Q. Remember, that's the class we're going to use. Now we just created, and then we're going to say this, and we're going to add 1 to it. See, we could do this. Check this out. Like that. See, enqueues elements. So then when you go, you're making it. Let me see. How about we do this? What the heck? Q2, Q2, enqueued, remember? Enqueued, like that. Oh boy. U, E, U, E. And we're going to make, let's put 10 in inside. Let's copy this. I feel like retyping this stuff. We do this, we do that, and then we're going to queue the elements, right, which is this, and I want to look at them. So we'll say, remember how we did this right here, right? So we're going to say, my name is Rope. Wait a minute. Did I do this right? If I, let me see. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. How about if we just do this? Two, like that. Maybe I should say, nah, who cares? Like this, look. That gives you the first one, right? And then we'll say, and then we'll go to mod as well, right? Because I put 2 of them in there. Let's go for number 2. And maybe I should put some of this here. Oops. I'm going to get an error. Like that. There you go. Look. 10 and 20. Well, isn't that great? You can do it like this, you can do it like that. It's just great. It just carries one and then carries the other. And then, you know, you can create some fixed size arrays, right? Like the fixed size arrays. We could kind of do, let me see, since we already did this 2 and 1, how about we do it? We already did that here, so maybe I'll just add, come on man, get in there. Where are we? Right here, this. Let me see. Singado songazo. What if I if I took this one, where is it? I'm gonna put it over here, and then maybe how about if we add? Yeah, let's check it out, man. Let's check this out. So we're gonna go like this. I'm gonna jump down like this. How many do we want to do? Who cares? Really, who cares? Let's just do that. We'll do one again, and we'll do I don't know, 11, maybe 15. Let's keep it like that, and then we'll do 17, and then we'll do. Oh man, guys, I am so sorry. I don't know what the heck is going on with me. I apologize. So then if I went like this, what's this? I'm going to say, like this. Let's bring it over here like that. Then we're going to use the Enqueue. These people don't know how to, I don't know. They don't seem to know how to be quiet. Why don't we just do something outrageous? Let's see if we can break it. Well, I don't know. Let's see. We're gonna see how we got this one. This. Let me see what can we do. What can we do here? What we can do is, so we got 11. Who cares? We could probably add 12, 13, and 14. Yeah. Maybe we could do that. Then we could do this, and what was it? And then 16 maybe? I don't know. And then I'm gonna print them out, so what would be easier for me to do? We'll do print results. We'll use a for each, remember, because for each is great. You can use for loops, but for each is great when it comes to arrays, and basically this is all arrays anyway. So we're gonna say after the Enqueue, something like that. Is it going to work? That's a good question. Well, we'll see. So I'll do, how do you do that? For each, and then I'll put a little space there, and we're going to call it Enqueue 2, like that. Oh, come on, Mr. We'll do element like that. That's just, how about we do, that's good enough. And then we'll do this. Sorry. And then we're going to say echo. You know how that works, right, guys? So we're going to say this. Put it right here. And then we're going to put a little space too, right? So we'll say like this. And we're going to give it double space. Okay. That should work, right? Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. Let me get a taste of my coffee. I gotta stop doing these videos very early. I need more rest. How about we save this before we lose it? The other time I was doing the typing, it was long. But guess what? I lost power, killed everything. Killed my computers, everything. Lost everything. I had to create things. And I wasn't happy. But before we do that, I would like to add right here. I'll just add. Wow. I'm looking at this and it seems to, I'm thinking it might work. Let's see. Boom. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Ooh wee. These you saw before from before. Then you got your 1, 5. Then you got your 11, 15, 17, 11, 17, 16. This is great. Wow. Nice. I know those are stupid examples, but maybe let me give you another example. Well, if I'm doing the, see, I would like to mention that it's the parameter, right? The function that SplQueue Dequeue does not accept any parameters. I forgot to mention. So if you're using, I don't know, let's say we'll go. Let's do this like that. Look, let's do this function. This actually, I'm sorry, class. That's what I meant to say. And method. Did I spell that right? Which I'm gonna call the, what is it? Dequeue. Maybe I should put in parentheses. Right? This one. Yeah, I gotta work out, so not that. Look. Let's do a little bit more. Get out the way like that. So we're gonna do that, right? So what happens is this does not. This I'm gonna put it over here. Does not accept parameters. I know, because I tried doing some few things and I was like, what the hell, why is it not working, blah blah blah, and I find out it doesn't accept parameters, and I thought it did. Only return, it doesn't, parameter like a return. It doesn't return the value of the encoded node like the program, then, the little thing I'm about to show. I may have been showing you right here already, but like for instance, these guys, wait a minute, did I? Yeah, that's it. Like, should I use this one for what I want to do? Let's see. I mean, I could kind of, let me see, maybe we do that first one. Oh man, sometimes I don't remember things. 2, and then we're gonna go like this, look. Dequeue. Like that. Maybe we should put a little BR. And then we're gonna do it again. How about we just do this? I know it's a little strange. Once you get the hang of these things, you'll be like, oh wow. You could use the same type of thing too for how do we can I add a, let me see, we could kind of add a little right here, like something to separate it. So let's say it like this. Boom boom boom. Sing this song is, so there you go. 1 and 10. It took out the 1. See this one, and this one, it took it out. Why isn't this now? Let's see, look, it took it out. See this right here? It was this one and this one. So if I added another one, it'll probably do the rest too like that. Look. There you go. See? It does, takes it out. Which was, what was it? Right here. 1, 2, 3, 10. Takes it out. So if you need to create like a fix, right? Remember how we did this over here? Can I use that same one? Yes, we can. We'll do this. How about this? We'll do this. Put it over here. And then instead of going, we'll call it that. Doesn't matter. Then we'll say Dequeue like that. Look. So I go like this. Dequeue. 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 There you go. That prints the results. Did I spell that right? Maybe I should call this. Let's do this. Dequeue. Oh man, you know what I feel like eating? Piece of steak. Well, this should work. Oh. Should have given me the. Did I do this wrong? Hoodoo. Oh, badoo. Well, you got rid of that one and that one. And you go like this. Wait a minute. Oh, you dumb. Why are you not thinking right, Andre? I could go like this. Let me see, dollar. Q. Dequeue. Is this spelled right? Dequeue. Alright, let's see. Going fast. Is it even? Why is this? It's doing this, but for some reason it's not doing this part right here. This whole thing. Skipping. Somehow it's not letting me. See? It's doing all this part. This part. Zoom, singing the song and singing the song, singing the song. You would think that I can't. That's it. How about if I do this? Change this to a 3. Oh, wait a minute. Dollar. I'm spelling this right. Oh, yes, I am. Sorry. And I would love to. Let's see. Sometimes when you're using the same thing within the program, you know, I mean, the classes and all that, it confuses. That's why I should change to different. If you're gonna do this right here, use it or, you know, like change it when you're gonna do different things. But that doesn't work then. don't know. I'll have to figure it out and get back to you guys. Oh my God, I lost track of time. I was supposed to wake my wife up just to get up. Oh my God, she's gonna be upset. So if I, oh, wait a minute, no, I know what the story is. I'm looking at this. I know what the story is. First of all, you don't want to do this. I'm looking at this. I'm like, wait a minute. Why do what would I? I'm not doing that. I'm trying to get. I'm not adding to it. I'm deleting to it. Why? This should work. See, because look over here. I'm looking at this. I said, oh yeah. There you go. 17. I did it so many. Did the whole. It went to the top one. I mean, not the top one, but it did it. No, took it out. They copied it 17. I should have just kept it copied over to the other one. Copied over to the other one. Oh, look at that. Anyway, there you go. You have it. Anyway, real quick, right? That maybe I should put down here. When you do Enqueue, like that is an O1 because it's doing it fast. That's when you're adding, right? And then when you do Dequeue, maybe I'll go like this. Dequeue. Gotta wake my wife up. Oh boy, she can be upset. And then, of course, you got your front. I'm just hoping that she will listen. You know, like wake up from me banging on this. That will be a 1. Pretty good, right? So 1 or 1 and a 1. Front element, all constant time. The Enqueue, right? This one right here, the Enqueue. Where is it? Right here, this one. That one is like adding the element to the end, to the back of it. How about that? To the back, and that's the constant time. And of course, when you do this one, which one? This one right here, this one. That one takes away, right, from the front of the element. And of course, this one, which you really do, is just viewing the front element. That's all. Constant time, so it's all 1 or 1 or 1. It's fast because you do separate stuff like this. It's fast because you're pointing to it. But this is easy stuff. Anyway, we reached the end of this stuff because I could go on with other things, and I'm thinking about adding something else too. There was like the breakdown of what each one is. I think I've done that before. I'm not sure. I have to look. And I wanted to do the, what was it that we did the first time? What was it? It was the, let me see, let's get to the back, to the front of this thing. I want to keep this up. Oh yeah, when I'm doing all these things, remember how I broke up? I want to use the LinkedList one. I want to do it a procedural way. And I want to show you how it's kind of like the long way in a way. That way you can see it. So, oh yeah. But I always thought that by doing it with the procedural way on each one, it would work better. Not work better, but that you will see it and go, oh, I see. And this is why it's a good idea to do the actual, like the classes. But if you do it this way, you go, oh yeah, I understand how that works. I see, I get it. You know, because that's what I do. I when I look at some things, I wanna see what's behind it, what's underneath the hood, and if you have to do it a certain long way, it's fine, because then you see it in your head, and then they say, okay, I understand why we would go do the classes, and this does that, that does that. So you have a better understanding. That's for me anyway. I tend to do it. I tend to do that with everything. When I did with the guitar, when I did with all these things, I always tend to like, okay, so how did it get here? Why did it get here? How? The very simple, the very deep in there. You know what I mean? Simple stuff. What's underneath? What is it? What is it that's making it? And that's how I look at things, and that's how I do it. Once you do that, you learn. You learn more. You break it down more. You be like, ah, I see why. I see why. Anyway, we're here. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, give me a comment, and hey, until next time, good night.